Hi, this is a little introduction to the sphere of control, or the spheres of control and influence, which are attributed to Franklin and Covey. So I'm going to ask you to work with me here and just stand in a space or sit in a space around you and imagine a circle or a sphere going around you. It might be, some people imagine it like a bubble going around them. Others it might be literally a circle on the floor. And if you struggle with this body work, then you can grab a piece of paper and draw it on the paper. That's absolutely fine. But I'm just going to ask you to take a minute and stand in that space. Close your eyes if it helps you. Imagine what that space is like. This is your space. Just yours. So this is the space where you have control. It's your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your engagement in life, where you get to take responsibility, where you make choice, the things that you can do. So this is yourself. And when we spend time here, in this place, it's a proactive space. We get to do stuff and we get more energy. So I'm going to ask you just to take a minute to step out of that space, out of that sphere or circle. So this space you might have a bit of influence in, but you don't have any control. This is the past, other people, the weather, all those things that we actually spend quite a lot of our time and energy with, but we have no control over. So maybe a work situation or a family relationship where we're thinking, he does this, she does this. And when we're spending our time with that, it's a reactive space. When we spend our time and our energy with things we can't actually control, we end up in fear, anxiety, anger, frustration, low moods, all those things. So how much time do you spend outside of your sphere of control? And how much time do you spend with the things you just can't control? So I'm going to ask you to shake that off and step back into your sphere. When we spend time out there, where we don't have any control, we actually shrink the space that we do have control. But when we root here and stand in our space that we have control in, come back to ourselves, we actually expand that space. The more time we spend in here, the more expansive it becomes. The more control we have and the more influence we have. So when we're in situations where we're struggling to figure out what we can do and we're struggling to grasp control, if we can come back to this space where we have control and ask ourselves, what's the one thing I can do? What can I do here? It can be a bit like, you know, when you're moving through mist, either driving or walking, and you can't see very far ahead, but as you move forward, you can see further. So that's what this is like. Just going with that one thing or those few things we can do and can control, it's like taking a step into the mist. The mist will lift further and we'll get to see more possibilities of what we can do. And we get to expand this space that is ours. And then we also get a sense of calm, empowerment, groundedness. We get energy, we get motivation. Because we're empowered by that knowing that actually we are making a difference. We can control some things. And we can do what we can, what is ours to do. I hope this helps you in some way. A lot of people I work with find this really useful. We use it in all sorts of creative ways, but this is my most simple way of explaining it, I guess. And I love to use the body to do it, to literally step in it and step out of it, figure out what I'm doing. And when I work with people, if they've got a particular example, we might actually put that example outside the sphere. And actually work with with it physically to get more of an understanding and get the whole body's and brain intelligence into the conversation so that people can figure their way forward with it. If you want to work on this further or talk to me about working with it, then get in touch through my website, book a call if you want to. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.